Hello. So today I want to focus on getting the blog on my website working. This is a bunch of boilerplate and stuff that chat had generated. So I want to work with this MDX Next.js thing. Um, so there's just some things I have to install. Check out this portfolio starter kit here. This is not what I've been using, but definitely check this out. Essentially, what I want to do is I want the Markdown pages. I want to be able to like type up my blog posts in Markdown and then have any metadata or front matter and stuff like that be used across the website. So on my homepage right now, if we look at that, I just have these hard-coded um, latest writing in here. So this is all hard-coded. It's all boilerplate stuff. Um, and then this here, I also want these to be populated from front matter, but I think I'll worry about the project stuff later. Uh, yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna stream this and see where this takes me. This is kind of cool too, though. So we got the tags working. That's kind of cool thing. Um, that works over here in the blog and blog filter. So does a bunch of stuff with the URL query parameters or URL parameters, stuff like that to make this work. But I'll dig a little more into that later. I'm pretty focused on trying to get this. I already set up this slug folder, but I'm not super familiar with like Next.js and how Next.js works. Um, so yeah, shit. Let me see here. Let me just make sure. I know probably no one's gonna tune into this, but I'll have it up. Okay. Check it every now and then. So this is cool. This uses Tailwind. We're using Tailwind. I got rid of the fonts and stuff. Uh, yeah, a lot of that stuff's coming in, so I kind of want to look at that there. Let's see here. So if I look at this is not the code. Go to GitHub. Where's the code for this? Was it there? View demo. View source. Uh, uh, deploy. Don't want to deploy it. It's weird. Maybe it says something in here. So embracing Vim, tabs and spaces. Uh, it's pretty snappy. What's the URL look like on this? Blog and then Vim. So I'm guessing that's just like the name um, of the MD file, the Markdown file. Let's see here. So you got the MDX package. Yeah, it sources data from local files. Blah blah blah. We use MDX. Okay. This probably gets into like rendering MDX. Yeah, file-based writing stuff. Okay, cool. So we'll install this down here. Okay. Yeah, I deleted some stuff there. Then configure the. Let me make sure we're on the same version. Yeah, okay. So then we want to configure the next config I just got to add this here. So add the page extensions, Markdown plugins here. Do I need this? Merge MDX config with Next.js config. I don't need this. I don't think. I don't think I need this whole part here. We'll see how this goes though. We're not going to be handling any markdown files. We'll stay with MDX. I'll just write everything MDX. Hopefully that's what that means. Let's see here. Add an MDX components.tsx file. The root of your directory to define global MDX components inside source. They're required to use this with the app router will not work without it. Okay, well, you twist my arm. New file, we'll call this mdx-components. Okay, put that in there. Not really sure what that's doing. MDX file convention. That was this use MDX components. Maybe there's some of you like pass your component into this in order for it to render properly. I don't know, we'll see. So you can render MDX using Next.js file-based routing system or importing MDX files into another page. Yeah, just like a component or something like that. So you have app, MDX page, page.mdx. So don't really want that stuff. 1 second. All right. Okay. Let's see. So import my components. So yeah, you can import React components. It's pretty cool. File-based routing, like any other page. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm gonna want to import the MDX files. Maybe I might. I don't know. So dynamic imports. Yeah, that's what we want to do. It's content. I don't even think I know how this works without MDX. So maybe we ought to start there. Let's see here. What do we got? Get page, layout, nested routes, blog, and then page, post, slug, creates a dynamic route, multiple pages from data. Multiple pages from data. So you'd want to fetch the data then, I guess. I don't think you want to fetch it. What the hell? So you can import dynamic MDX components instead of using file system routing for MDX files. Generate static params can be used to pre-render the provided routes. Custom styling. Typing. Shared layouts. And then the typography, front matter. Yeah, maybe that's not so important. Maybe I can work on that a different time. File system module. Is that what that is? Yeah, probably. I guess that makes sense actually. Remark, reheight plugins, remote. Live somewhere else. You can fetch it dynamically. I'm not doing that yet. I might get into this later though. Doing this, like building a CMS or something like that a little later. Uh, Deep dive stuff, Rust-based MDX compiler. That's cool. I don't need to do that. Okay. Well, we got it installed. We got this going. We don't want that. Add that file. So rendering MDX. A little bit strange, isn't it? Would I put it in slug? I just kind of want like an example. Templates. Portfolio one seemed fine. Portfolio with blog. If I could just see the code for it. Where the hell's the code? Am I stupid? Don't answer that. Hello? This one has the MDX. That's the app. Maybe I just do this here. There we go. Okay, so app. And then they have the blog here. They got, this is the, just probably the root. And you go blog, posts, which are the 3 MDX files. Okay, and then page.tsx. Okay, let's try that. That's not in a slug, that is slug, okay. So slug, and then within blog, we want a folder called posts. And then in here, we'll add like a, like building, Soma. Soma is the, it's a humanoid robotics dashboard that I'm working on right now. MDX. Okay, we'll just hit it with a hello world. Just try to get this rendering. Okay, so posts, MDX, code. Yep, okay, it's fine for now. This page, yeah, we'll copy this. Don't need that. App blog utils get blog posts. Utils, parse front matter stuff. Jesus. What app blog posts? Get MDX data. Read MDX file. You think that this would be a little bit simpler. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't think of that at all. Page, and then we go page.tsx here. Start throwing some stuff in here. Christ. This is just typing stuff. Oh, God. They make it seem a lot easier. Maybe it is a lot easier. Hmm. Because I think this might be. I could just take this utils folder or file. I could just take the utils file. Let's see if anyone's tuning in. No. Jesus Christ. Okay. I guess I could just make a utils file in here and just send it. Just steal it. Let's do it. This is within blog. We're going to call it utils.ts. Copy this, paste it in here. It's const instead. And then my page.tsx. This will be slug page.tsx. Do something similar here. Good Lord. Okay. And so we have a post in there now. So now if I go to, or if I go to my dashboard, I go blog and then slash building Soma. App blog utils. I don't want that. It's just gonna be let me think for a second here. Let me think. Yeah, a lot of metadata stuff here. Probably leave this off for now. And then this is posts. You grab the post, map it to the post.slug. Oh, is that because I need front matter? Yeah, probably. Let me go ahead and just snatch one of theirs. MDX. MDX. Yeah, should work. Custom MDX. I don't think we want that. We don't want that. Format, date, and get blog posts from utils. And base URL, we don't want that right now. If not post, don't worry about that right now. Don't worry about the types on the params right now. Post is possibly undefined. Okay, so if I just put that there, import the not found. Okay, and then base URL. Where was it getting the base URL stuff from? App sitemap. ./utils. I don't have a sitemap. Sure. It's beautiful. It's perfect. Base URL. Yeah, makes sense. What's this? Cannot find name base URL. That's because it goes here. Lint. Okay. Cannot find name not found. Did I not do that? I didn't undo that? Oh, Christ. Okay. Import not found from Next.nav. Some type stuff. What is that? That error? No, it's linting. Okay. That's TypeScript. And then custom MDX. Uh, do I need a custom component like that? Custom, oh, God. Um, so it looks like I could do something like import posts. Import everything from, I don't know if this is the right way to do this. Maybe we just do this, right? So we call this, let's call it post. Capital post. And then it's just a post. Pros. I don't think that will work because that's part of the Tailwind special library. Let's see here. Let's restart the dev server. It's after installing new stuff. Blog and we'll slash building. Unknown module type. Use a known file extension. Posts. I think I'm shaking the camera. Am I accidentally shaking the camera? Oh, God. How's this going so far? Um, yeah, let me see here. How long have I been going for? 30 minutes? I mean, I tried. No, it's gonna go a little bit longer. Let's say I dropped a frame, less than 2%. That's fine. All right, all right. Yeah, so I'm gonna get a new I'm gonna get a new mic and stuff. I'm really excited about carrying this out and like continuing this whole streaming thing. I think it'll be cool for me to like kind of just like build in public, I guess. You know, you hear people talk about that, and yeah, I think we could do some useful things. I'm getting into a lot of really cool stuff right now. I'm working on a humanoid robot at my university in a lab out there. That's really cool, exciting stuff. That was like my 5-year plan to be able to work on a humanoid. So now that I'm doing that, that's really cool and exciting, and I'm excited to share some of that stuff on there here or on here. And then just like generally, just doing development and stuff like that, just building stuff and uh, slowly making this better or worse or whatever. You know, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a guy, you know, at the end of the day. But yeah, I got the 3D printer behind me. We can 3D print stuff. I've got a robot in the closet back there. I've got this thing over here. Got this little bad boy right here. This is a whole project that we can work on together. It's right here. It's a Raspberry Pi right here. Damn, I'm confused about which way this thing goes. Here. Raspberry Pi. Pi cam. Pi camera for OpenCV stuff. We want to get into that later and figure that out. LiDAR sensor. It's a cheap one. I mean, it's $100. Cheaper than the ones that we have at the lab, which can be like $1,000. But yeah, that's cool. Something we can mess with, learn some robotics stuff together. I'm working on this dashboard H1 Soma. It's for the Unitree H1 robot, um, which is a cool robot. Maybe I can show that off here. You got the Unitree H1, this little fella. So we got one of these at the lab. Um, yeah, and this is like the main stuff that I'm gonna be working on this website or on the stream. It's just kind of like messing around with stuff like this, to kind of maybe getting into some simulation stuff uh with the humanoids, and I got some projects coming up with those. So yeah, just a bunch of exciting stuff that we can get up to. We can do. I don't know. I'm gonna be doing this regardless if anyone's watching or not. But yeah, I'm excited for the future. Optimistic. I want to do some writing and stuff too. I'm gonna start writing. I'm gonna start writing about a lot of these things you see on my website actually, which were well, if the website worked at all. Just restart here. Yeah, so a lot of these things I'm gonna be writing about. So it's a lot of like philosophy stuff. Um, yeah, I don't know if this is good to have on here. Hmm. Anyways, yeah, so philosophy and ethics stuff. I'm taking an ethics course over the summer, so that'll be cool. I'm gonna be learning some ROS 2 stuff. I already kind of know a little bit of ROS 2. I got some books here that I kind of want to go through. Um, got research papers that I want to go through together on here. Um, maybe some other books when we start diving into like operating system stuff. Yeah, I don't know, you know. I'm just a sophomore right now. Um, but there's just so much cool stuff to get into. A lot of this stuff I'm working on. I'm gonna be learning imitation learning stuff on the humanoid, We're working on that in the lab. A lot of this, I'm working on this like neck joint for the robot, because if you look here, you can see it has no neck, so it can't like turn its head or anything like that. So that's something that I'm going to try to implement, is building a neck for this robot, which is pretty cool. It's very exciting. Um, and I'm heading that up. There's a really cool paper called Open Television on that. Maybe we can read that on stream. Just kind of pick that apart. Some of these things were AI generated stuff, like this ethics framework in the utils library. I don't really know what I'm doing with that, but this H12 thing, that's also something that I'm building out. There's nothing to show really. It looks like a very basic dashboard right now. But yeah, that'll be a really cool one too. So yeah, I mean, there's tons of stuff to stick around for, and as I like kind of, I'm going all the way through my master's in robotics. Um, you can go ahead and subscribe or do whatever, leave some comments, leave a like, whatever you got to do. I think it'll be um, really cool experience, I think, and I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, okay, I will see you next time. I'm thinking about streaming probably tomorrow when I get my new mic, stuff like that. Ordered off Amazon today. But yeah, all right. See ya. Bye. 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 Bye.